meeting at our legislative meeting. Executive sessions held between meetings. Mr. Haggard.
Good morning. On Tuesday, April 1st, the Commissioners held an executive session to obtain the advice of legal counsel regarding consideration of the purchase and lease of real property, personnel matters.
Any questions for Mr. Haggerty? Hearing none, we'll continue. Public participation on agenda items only. This is for agenda items only. I believe we have 6 items on the agenda today. If there's any public participation for agenda items only, it is a 3-minute cap, and we are live streaming. Seeing none, we'll move on. We have a directors and guest portion. If you are looking at an agenda, you see Pennsylvania 811 Safe Digging Month. Unfortunately, they had a flat tire this morning on the way here and are not able to be with us today, so we will reschedule that for another time, and we do not have any directors and guests today. Human resources, we will move on to. Ms. Whedon, how are you? Good morning.
For the personnel packet, I'd like to request a vote on item number 48.
Item number 48. Is item number 48 prison?
Yes,
matter? Okay.
it is.
And just a reminder to the public, the reason we vote on these is just for the expedience of ensuring that we can get correction officers onboarded as quickly as possible, and that the efficiency out there for hiring. We've lost a lot of people in that funnel from the time it takes to apply to actually get on the floor. So this allows for us not to lose so many people. I'll make a motion for the adoption of number 48.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion?
The adoption of item number 48.
Hearing no discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Motion carries. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Director of Budget and Finance, Mr. Davis.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
I have no changes to the purchase order packet that was sent out yesterday. Everything will be ready for your vote and approval next week.
Any questions of Mr. Haggerty? Or Mr. Mr. Davis, sorry. Mr. Haggerty's next.
Just following up as I do with the personnel, but everything within these purchase order packets fall within the 2025 budget amount.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Now, Mr. Haggerty with the Chief Clerk's report.
Good morning, Commissioners. As you know, last night, Dauphin County Prison staff, emergency management personnel, and the Swatara Township Fire Department responded to a small fire at the Dauphin County Prison. The fire was contained to a plumbing chase and quickly put out by prison staff. The cause of the fire is under investigation by Swatara Township Fire Marshal's Office. The Dauphin County Prison alarm system activated appropriately, and staff immediately relocated approximately 165 Dauphin County Prison residents to a designated safe area within the facility. Out of an abundance of caution, 3 prison staff members were transported to the hospital for evaluation for possible smoke inhalation, and Life Team EMS, South Central EMS, Susquehanna Township EMS, and the Swatara Fire Department assisted prison medical staff to evaluate all relocated individuals to ensure their health and safety. Of the 165 evaluations, 2 prison residents ultimately presented with asthmatic symptoms and were transported to the hospital for further evaluation. The 3 prison staff members and 2 prison residents have all since been cleared from the hospital. Additionally, UGI checked impacted areas to confirm that carbon monoxide levels were 0 prior to prison residents returning to the impacted area. We are grateful for the efforts of the prison staff and all first responders who assisted throughout last night's incident, including Controller Bateman, who was on location at the 911 call center last night. Next up, we have 6 items on today's agenda. We have 2 Parks and Recreation contracts. Following last week's discussion about the Opioid Remediation Grant Program Advisory Board, I've taken the liberty of drafting an amendment to Resolution Number 15, 2022, which would expand the board size with 2 new at-large members and empower incumbent board members to continue to serve until a successor is named. A copy of this proposed amendment, I believe, is in the back for anyone in the public who'd like to review it. Fourth, should you choose to adopt this amendment, you will then have the opportunity to consider reappointing Charles R. Mazziti into one of the 2 newly created vacancies. The 5th item is ratification of an agreement you signed last week, which extends a 2010 State RCAP award for the Whitaker Center. And lastly, we have an indemnity agreement between the county and our friends at Market Square Presbyterian Church next door to allow them to temporarily relocate portable toilets onto county premises. However, I am recommending that the board table this item because the church's attorney is out of town this week and has asked for additional time to review. That concludes my report, unless there are any questions.
Any questions of Mr. Haggerty?
I guess my one question to that is, so where are these porta-johns being placed during this time?
I believe at the moment they have been removed from the church's property and are, I don't believe they are located anywhere at the moment.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Mr. Haggerty? Commissioner Hartwick, you were just planting flags at the Capitol. Do you want to share a little bit about that?
It is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and ultimately, I appreciate your allowing me to come here and to ensure that oh my goodness. So, do you all know the Child Abuse Prevention Month? Yes. And we had a child that actually passed away a day ago. So, for us to be able to ensure that we have protections, I appreciate you allowing me the ability to be here late.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course. Solicitor Owens, solicitor's report.
Thank you, Commissioner. There are, as we know now, 6 items requiring board action. Those 6 items have been reviewed and approved by the Solicitor's Office for action, although our Chief Clerk indicated that we are tabling number 6.
Number 6. Okay. Is there anything on the training packet for today? I see, yes, we have some items on the training packet here. Do I have a motion for approval of the training packet?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Training packet approved. Matters requiring board action. Can I ask for a motion to table item 6?
I'll make a motion to table item 6 on today's packet.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and second for tabling item 6. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 6 is tabled. Do I have a motion for items 1 through 5?
So moved.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We have no former business. We'll move on to commissioner comments. Commissioner Hartwick,
I'm fine.
you're fine. Commissioner Priest.
I just want to take a moment and update that this morning I had the pleasure of meeting with the Open World International delegation from Kosovo. They were here for 2 days. Yesterday they were at our beautiful state capitol and met with Senator Pittman, Senator Yaw, and Secretary of State Al Schmidt, and learned about the election process at the state level. And today we hosted them at our voter registration elections office this morning. Thanks to the Rotary Club of Harrisburg for sponsoring this, and we showed them our election system, talked about how we have 1,100 folks coming to volunteer on election day, May 20th, working our 158 precincts and wards throughout the county from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., as well as assisting at a voter registration office. And we're programming our 340 machines now to distribute to those locations. Elections will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., and they were very interested and appreciative of the fact that they got to tour the Capitol and meet with the state leaders, as well as come into our county election office. So it was something that was very, very good for us to have them there. And I even got a trinket from them, which I'll show you guys afterwards. It was pretty cool. But that's something that we do here at the county, and anytime that folks come in from another country and want to meet with us, whether it be our voter registration office or our directors and areas we have oversight from, we're more than happy to engage.
That's great. I would like to take my commissioner comments today to first just simply say thank you to Swatera Fire yesterday for their response to Dauphin County Prison. I want to thank all the prison administration, the correction officers, all those staff members that were there that responded, and certainly to to Mr. Haggerty, to Controller Bateman, to anyone else who made their way out there yesterday to respond. You know, this is a job that at times I don't think we realize. Like sometimes our elected officials and those in these roles, it's not a 9 to 5 job. Sometimes you get called in the middle of the night. Sometimes you get called when there's a crisis, and I'm just thankful for everyone's response amid that crisis. Also, Director Bay, I know he went on site as well, responding to this, and so I'm just incredibly grateful for everyone who and the response to ensuring the safety of our residents there and also those that work there. I would also like to share an update on our Bhutanese Nepali neighbors and the recent developments regarding their detention by ICE and subsequent deportation to Bhutan. To begin, I think it's important just to kind of level set with some historic background. In the late 80s and early 90s, the government of Bhutan began a campaign of persecution against its Nepali-speaking minority. This included stripping people of their Bhutanese citizenship to ethnically cleanse this group in the 90s, leading to roughly 100,000 people ending up in refugee camps in Nepal, in nearby Nepal. Nepal never accepted these people as citizens and was unwilling to take responsibility for them long term, and Bhutan refused to ever take them back. The United Nations, in collaboration with other countries, then set up a resettlement program for these refugees. The United States, under President George W. Bush, offered to take the majority of these refugees, 60,000 people. President Barack Obama renewed this commitment and took in further Bhutanese Nepali refugees. While they settled across the United States, being a refugee is not easy, as one has to learn a new language, new customs, and find new communities. Eventually, many Bhutanese Nepali refugees found themselves drawn to a growing community right here in central Pennsylvania. Our Bhutanese Nepali community has grown into the largest in the nation, with over 40,000 people, making our region a central hub for this community across the country. I encourage everyone to reflect on the immense hardship this community has endured over the past 35 years. In the last 3 weeks, I've spoken with many members who shared powerful stories of spending over 2 decades in refugee camps under harsh conditions after being forced from the only home they had ever known. After years of displacement, they finally found a place to call home, right here in Pennsylvania. They've been working hard to build their lives, sending their children to our schools, contributing to our local economy, and becoming an integral part of our community. These are exactly the kind of neighbors I'm proud to represent. Now this community is terrified and feeling targeted. While many of them are naturalized citizens, they see 18 Bhutanese Nepali residents have been deported despite coming here legally as refugees. Yes, these individuals may have minor criminal histories, which enabled ICE to attempt to remove them from the United States, but that is no reason to rip them away from their wives, children, brothers, sisters, and community. This country made a bipartisan commitment to these people, one that we should observe. If individuals are having a tough time with an unimaginably hard transition, we should help them with our programs rather than send them back to the very country that persecuted and expelled them. The government of Bhutan, as I see it, refused to take these people back and immediately sent them to a town in India bordering Nepal. Once again, they find themselves refugees, stateless and without proper documents. Some have been arrested by Nepali police while attempting to visit their few remaining family members still living in the last of the refugee camps. One of those individuals arrested is a Dauphin County resident. ICE is not communicating why they are going after these people, what criteria they are using for their removal. At least 9 other individuals from PA are currently detained by ICE while awaiting possible deportation. Their families are gripped by fear, terrified they may never see their loved ones again, whether it's a brother, son, husband, or father. The community right now is living in uncertainty, unsure of who might be targeted next. Even those who are now American citizens are afraid to leave their homes, haunted by memories of having their citizenship stripped away in Bhutan within their own lifetime. That fear still lingers. These refugees must be given the time and opportunity to exercise due process guaranteed to all persons under the Constitution. Being arrested and deported within just 3 weeks, while being shuffled between detention facilities every few days, often with limited English proficiency, is not enough time to fully access or understand their legal rights. We must do better. We owe it to these individuals and to the promise we've made as a nation committed to protecting the vulnerable. I'm calling on ICE and the Trump administration to immediately pause all deportations to Bhutan until the safety and security of those being deported can be clearly and independently verified. We have a moral and legal obligation not to return refugees to a country that once ethnically cleansed them. It now appears we are doing so again. Some may say this is political, but for me, it's about people. It's about my constituents. We must see their humanity. As an elected official, it's my duty to stand up for them and uphold the values of justice, dignity, and compassion. We'll now move on to a time of public participation. Reminder, we are being live streamed, and it is a 3-minute limit on public participation. Is there anyone for public participation? Good morning.
Good morning, commissioners.
Morning.
Good morning, guests. In light of some of these more heart-heavy
Could
topics,
you please
I come
state your
before
name
you.
for the record? I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Thank you, Eric. Sorry, first time. Mary Oliveira, President and CEO of Whitaker Center for Science and the Arts. Would just like to offer a little of a lighter moment here in lieu of some of the things we've had to discuss so far. I would like to thank all of the commissioners for their support on the extension request for Whitaker Center's 2010 RACP. We are working diligently with our consultant, as well as Pyramid Construction, Stantec, and the Office of Budget. We've accomplished more in the last 6 months than we have in the prior 2 to 3 years in resolving this outstanding issue. These direct reimbursement funds stem from our 2020 Innovation Zone projects and will provide much needed relief to an operating budget on the verge of stabilization. Over the last year and a half, we've replaced our entire roof. We're halfway through replacing our HVAC system, and some of these fundings will help us with the final deferred maintenance project of replacing our fire panel system. This critical infrastructure needs to ensure Whitaker remains a safe, inclusive, and welcoming destination of choice for our community. Speaking of guests, so far year to date, 2025, we are seeing a 25% increase in public visitors through our doors. A 5% increase year over year in our field trip students who come in to explore, engage, and learn through play. And we have had several close to sold out performances in our theater since relaunching our Whitaker Center Presents to the community. We invite all of you to rock out with us when we introduce Killer Queen, the tribute band, on June 27th, featuring Patrick Myers. All of these activities continue to have a positive economic impact for the region, and we're continuing to build our proactive reach out to communities surrounding our current zip code to invite and encourage traffic into the downtown. We are building our strategic plan with our board, our team, and stakeholders in the community to position the crown jewel of our community for a successful next 25 years. Thank you again.
Quickly, Mary, I just want to express thank you for the field trips that you do. My daughter was there yesterday for Surgery Live, and got to experience that with her classmates from Lower Dauphin High School, and it was a great experience after talking to the teachers and everyone. So, thank you for all your facility does to bring that kind of education into our communities.
Well, thank you, Commissioner. I know she has her sights set on possible political career, but maybe we'll
If you've
convert
had
her to
one
healthcare.
conversation with her, she'll let you know that. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, and this is not has anything to do with what you just brought up, other than you said about increasing traffic into the downtown. I've been contacted recently by several business owners downtown who are very concerned with the lack of traffic and the fact that the state workers are still not coming back to work, and they're losing millions of dollars, and some of them are shutting down already. Can we open up a dialogue with the city of Harrisburg and work together to get a message to the state leadership that we need those folks to come back to work? Thank you.
Thank you so much for all you're doing. Thank you. All right, next up.
Next up,
Yeah.
batters
Mr. Butts,
up.
how you doing?
Matter of fact, we're proposing indoor batting cages throughout the city, so in the wintertime, you can
Excuse me,
still
could you
hit the
please state
ball.
your name for the record?
Louis Butts. I'm asking for an opportunity to present an image for our city so we won't be taken over by Trump. Our heritage. I am a Harrisburgonian, and it's a real word. You need to look at that symbol a little bit to really get some history of how we got a backbone. We need to build our industry, refugees. If you look at our history, we won the Civil War. We're supposed to have an answer for this issue. As a Harrisburgonian, I have an answer. We have borders. We need to fix little problems, like why are they keep on bumping into the bridge? Can't we put a barrier so that they know they can't enter the bridge? We have to fix the little problems to get things in sync, like we know what we're doing. I'm here to discuss hydropower and bringing hydropower to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, because we're looking at renewable energy, and the Susquehanna River is ours. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania owns the Susquehanna River. We can harness it. We have to build industry. We don't have any more revenue in Harrisburg. And I want you, as the weeks go on, you give me 5 minutes so I can go over a vision for Harrisburg so our people won't get abducted. We have to get a backbone in ourselves so our people are valued. So we have to look at the symbol of right here in Dauphin County. Look at it. Look at the symbol in Harrisburg and try to get a backbone of what we're supposed to be doing. Just listen to my vision for the future. We're talking hydropower. We're talking about necessary Wi-Fi. We need to count our people. We need to take care of our population first. If we're not doing that, they're getting abducted. And we won the Civil War. How can our people get abducted and we're the liberators? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Look at the seal and get a backbone. Look at it. In Harrisburg, they need to look at their seal and get a backbone. And I'm done. But I'm going to be looking for 5 minutes next week so I can talk about Harrisburg International Aquarium that I'm looking at. This plan right
You
here.
have 30 seconds, sir.
I got you. Mr. Haggerty, am I right? No, Mr. Haggerty. Now, in 2014, there was a connection study. We need to look at this a little bit and get some kind of vision for how our transportation can roll. All right, and then everybody can look at it. It's not a harebrained, kooky brain idea. It's actually worth looking at. Okay? And we'll review that. Everybody can do it.
That's 3 minutes, sir.
Mr. Haggerty, I'll bring you your coffee.
Mr. Butts, I believe that's your time. I will say this:
Thank you.
you get 3 minutes, but you can. I believe you have our emails. You can certainly send us plans if you have
I will send
ideas.
you. Now,
Please feel free to.
Commissioner Priest, I will work with you up at the. We're all lobbyists.
We know you. We know you'll work with us. I just want to express that, like,
All right, well-
5 minutes might not be granted next week, but you can certainly send us information about anything, and we'll review it. Thank you. I appreciate you, Mr. Butts.
I appreciate you.
Yep. Anyone else for public comment? Miss Phyllis, how are you? Good to see you.
Good. Praise the Lord for his blessings.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, gentlemen. My 3 minutes haven't started yet. Here it is.
It starts as soon as you say your name for the record.
Okay. I'm Phyllis Bennett, and I'm here today to say thank you for all that you commissioners have done for every project that I've been working on over the years, and I really do appreciate it. However, I'm working on a new project, and that project will be taking place this fall. I'm working on a African Festival. And I want to thank each of you for accepting our invitation to come to the Capitol last week to participate in an event that was held with two icons from Nigeria, the Nobel Literature Laureate, as well as one of the chiefs who is an artisan. And they were here last week. Unfortunately, because of the change of time, you were not able to make it, but Commissioner Douglas did show up. And I want to thank you, Commissioner Douglas, for your public support. That meant a lot to all of us. So we're here today to ask for your support. I want to introduce Mr. Wole Anthony, who is the brainchild behind this festival that will take place. We're excited about this festival because I heard Mary just talk about the lack of people walking downtown. This will bring in tourism and a lot of tourism. So we're planning on this event on September the 26th, 2025, and we're again enlisting your support. We've already submitted our application for tourism grant, but I just want to thank you because you're always there for us, and I'd like to introduce you to Wally. Would you have something to say?
Yeah, thank you so much for granting us this opportunity. My name is Adewale Adeniyi, and point of correction, the event will be 19th of September and 20th. Yes, 26th.
Oh.
Yeah. So African Cultural Festival is a gathering that will serve a pivotal moment to unite culture, empower creators, and build a thriving global ecosystem in Dauphin County. So we have a lot of people that are looking forward to this, and I believe that this will put us in a very good position. The youth will gain a lot from that. A lot of people would appreciate other culture and see how life is in other parts of the world. And that is what we're trying to bring to Dauphin County. It will bring a lot of tourism, and we're ready for that.
And we've already secured the venue where we plan to hold a lot of things. And you were there. We're having concerts at the farm, but we also will be utilizing Commonwealth Avenue, which will be closed for a street festival with vendors and artists coming in. And we're looking at upward of 3,000 people attending. We've already had conversation with some of the hotels in order to block off rooms for people that will be coming in. Last week we had people from Nigeria, LA, Georgia, Ohio, New York, Sierra Leone. We had people from various people. And so I just want to let you know that we are working on helping to increase tourism here. And this puts Dauphin County at a crossroads between Nigeria or other countries in Africa. The Gambia, we had people representing the Gambia last week as well. So we're here to say thank you for your support. It means a lot to us, and we appreciate it. And if you have any questions, we're glad to answer your questions.
Well, thank you for your commitment to the community and for putting in that grant. I'm sure we'll review it when the time comes, and obviously you've supported a lot of things that you've spearheaded in the past, and we'll review it to see. I know we're dealing with the budget crisis right now, but certainly we want to ensure that tourism money gets to the places that are going to ultimately bring unique and helpful events to our region to continue to boost our economy and bring people downtown. So thank you.
You're more than welcome. I'm extremely excited about the opportunity, and thank you for giving us an opportunity to make this presentation.
George, any questions?
Nope.
I have a quick. Have you contacted our Economic Development Department or the Visit Hershey-Harrisburg Tourism Bureau on this project?
No, I have not. But I did talk to several other people, but I did not talk to tourism because I understand that they were changing at the time. They were changing leadership. But I will. Thank you. Any other questions?
I think we're good. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you, Ms.
much.
Phillips.
Anyone else for public comment?
Not today.
Not today? Okay.
Good morning, Commissioners. Pam
Pam, how you-
Parsons, City of Harrisburg. First of all, I'd like to thank Justin Douglas, Commissioner Douglas, and Mary Bateman for being at the prison last night and for notifying the members of the Citizens Advisory Board. I know that Lamont Jones and I were contacted within minutes of each other, and that we then could disperse the information to the rest of the board and to our contacts. And we greatly appreciate that, rather than finding out through Facebook or seeing the press release or a press article and not knowing anything about it.
Can
So
I just
really
make one point of
appreciate that.
clarification that I was not at the prison last night. I wasn't able to be there, but I'm thankful that we were in contact and I was able to get in
Yeah.
contact.
But I mean, you were doing your part.
Certainly,
Yes, thank you. I'd also like to continue to support Commissioner Douglas in speaking out about the Bhutanese community. I am horrified by what I see happening. I thought that we lived in a country where there was due process for everyone who was here in our borders, and to have nothing and then be sent and welcomed in, and then suddenly, capriciously, somebody decides that you are no longer welcome and sends you back is horrifying to me. Commissioner Priest, I would like to thank you for suggesting that a dialogue be opened about what is happening downtown with businesses closing. I hope at some point, as Commissioner Douglas did this morning in unpacking how the Bhutanese came here, that we might also unpack how we got to downtown businesses as they are there now, and recognizing that words have meaning. And when we talk about state workers coming back to work, let's be very careful in how we say that, especially in this time of anti-government, government employees do nothing, to suggest, I know that's not what you meant,
30
but to
seconds, ma'am.
suggest that somehow people aren't working. They are working, but they are working remotely. And let's just be careful about our words. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Pam. Anyone else for public comment? Commissioner Steele, how are you?
How are you? Morning, Chairman, Commissioners, members of the public, county officers. I'm going to preface with,
Excuse
and
me.
I'll give you my address.
Just name for the record.
Shane Steele.
Thank you.
We are all here no matter what God you serve, by God's grace and mercy. And as a country, we need to understand this. And it's not just a Bhutanese issue. There's a lot of issues plaguing the county, local government, the state, and the country. But make no mistake, I'm here today to address the displacement, settlement, deportation of the Bhutanese people. But I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge that America has always had issues how it deals with black and brown people. These communities have been targeted of unjust discrimination for centuries, whether through slavery, segregation, or systematic racism. Black and brown people in this country have long faced an uphill battle for equality and justice. Although America has made significant strides in the fight for civil rights, we have to be honest, there is still much work to be done here. We cannot rest on the progress we've made because the injustices that persist are still deeply embedded in our system. the treatment of black and brown people from our schools to our workplace, from our healthcare system to our criminal justice system, still reflects a painful history that has not been fully addressed. But here's the truth. We all need to face this truth. We are past the point of merely just talking about these issues. Talk is no longer enough. The time for action is now. If we truly want to see change, whether it's in the way black and brown people are treated or how this country handles its immigration policies, we must demand that our elected officials act. It's easy to talk about the problem, to give speeches, to make promises, but it's time to hold those in power accountable. We need to actively engage our lawmakers with also our representatives and with those who hold the power to make the real changes. We need to push for policies that protect and uplift marginalized communities. This isn't just about immigration reform, it's about human rights, about ensuring that every person, regardless of their race or background, is treated with dignity and respect. The bottom line here,
30 seconds, sir.
we can do better, we must do better. Elected officials must move beyond the rhetoric and take meaningful, bold action. Our communities deserve that action. The people who have been pushed to the margins for far too long deserve action. So let's not wait. Let's speak up. Let's push for change, and let's demand justice, not just for black and brown people, but for all who seek a better future in the country, in the county, in the state, in your local government. I appreciate your time, commissioners, and I know you're working diligently hard at this process. Just don't give up the fight and continue to apply pressure at your level to the state officials and, of course, the federal officials. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Steele. Anyone else for public comment? You lied to us. No, I'm just kidding.
What's that again?
You're good. Go ahead.
Just a quick comment, Gene Stilp. Okay. Thank God that the leader of the effort to for the Bhutanese abductions, if you will, kidnappings, if you will, and as the gentleman spoke about the black and brown people, thank God we have a leader who's taking this on and doing the work of the people. What's his name? Representative Scott Perry. Thank God he's the leadership role in this whole thing. Okay. Obviously, I'm being facetious. Thank you.
Anyone else for public comment? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, aye. We're adjourned.